So this is a little practice for those times when, life is just not sitting very comfortably. Maybe we're a bit stressed or tired, or something's happened that's really knocked us off balance. Maybe we have an urge to go drink a beer or a glass of wine or watch some television, take our mind off things. But maybe just for 5 minutes, why not just use our mindfulness practice to just be with whatever's going on in our body or in our thoughts or our feelings. Just get to know what this experience is like. So you might just begin by, if you want to, shutting your eyes just to become more in tune with what's happening in your body right now. Maybe inviting yourself to adopt a posture which is upright but relaxed. And tuning into your body, just whatever's alive in this moment. No doubt that discomfort is strongly felt in some parts of the body. You might notice it in tension in the muscles, maybe in your neck or your jaw. Just feeling into those sensations, just noticing, oh yeah, there's that tension. You might feel it in your heart. Maybe your heart's racing or pounding. Maybe your breath is quite shallow or fast. There might even be some sensations in the gut or the chest. And it's always useful to check in with your toes. Are your toes relaxed or are they all bunched up? And also your fingers, whether they're clenched or fidgeting or relaxed. And whatever we find, just putting a name to it and then letting it go, like, yeah, here's tension in my shoulders. There's that crick in my neck. Oh yeah, there's tension in my jaw. Oh wow, I feel my heart beating. I notice some tightness in my gut. And oh yeah, my toes, they're all bunched up. So using this as a way of sensing into, asking your body, how do I feel right now? There might be a word that pops up like agitated. Then just say the word, oh yes, here is agitation. Here's restlessness. I notice tiredness. I notice a sense of being driven, fidgety. I notice a sense of just settling into the moment of awareness. Coming home a little bit. Relaxing. So just whatever you feel arising, just giving a word to it, then letting it go and being open to the next feeling that arises. Tingling in my fingers. Tension in my back. Pain in my knee. I need to breathe. Once you've acknowledged what feelings are here, maybe finding an anchor in your feet on the floor. Body in contact with the chair, held and supported. And the breathing. Maybe 2 or 3 deliberately mindful breaths. Breathing in through the nose. And then long, slow breath out through the mouth. And no rush to inhale again, just pausing and allowing the body to be ready for the next in-breath. Then long, slow exhale through the mouth. Feeling the body letting go and relaxing into that out-breath. And again, just staying with that little pause at the end of the breath before one more deliberate, mindful inhalation. Sensing the body expanding as it takes in the air. Following the breath out and the sensations in the back, or the shoulders, the ribs, the belly. And allowing the breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Just bring some curiosity to how it feels to breathe in and how it feels to breathe out. And because you arrived in this space perhaps feeling a little bit out of sorts, there might be thoughts that keep trying to be heard. As you sit with your breath, you might feel questions in your mind, or rumination, or worry, things playing again and again. So let's just do the same as we did with our feelings. Just naming what's here. There's worry. Having recognized it, just let it go. Come back to your breath. Maybe you'll only manage to stay with the breath for 1 or 2 breaths, and then, another thought. There's worry again. Let the worry go and back to the breath. Breathing and sensing the body breathing. there's another thought. This is a memory. Let the memory go. Back to the breath. Just floating on the breath. Each in-breath and each out-breath. As if you were floating on gentle waves on a warm sea. Oh, there's another thought. This one is, planning. Let that go. And come back to the breath. And just keep doing this. Whatever thoughts pop into your head, giving them a name, and then coming back to your breath. Sometimes in this you can get carried away in big long stories. That's okay. That moment of awareness when you know that you're in a story. That's the moment of mindfulness when you say, that's a story taking me away. Now I can let it go and I can come back and focus on my breath again. Just this breath in and just this breath out. Having checked in with the body and the feelings, having got grounded with the feet on the floor and the body in the chair, being anchored in the breath and a witness to the thoughts, just holding all of that in awareness like an observer. Imagining you were sitting by a river and everything that you're experiencing is just little leaves floating by. Or imagining you're lying looking at the sky and those thoughts and feelings are just clouds floating by. And you're just the curious observer. Oh, there's a worry floating by. There's a sensation in my gut floating by. Giving yourself just a little bit of space to step back from the experience and just observe what's here. Maybe some clarity, some perspective. You might notice that things just arise and fade in their own way. You might notice that if you label a thought and you come back to your breath, the thought might just disappear. You might be aware that some things are really wanting your attention. But you can use this space perhaps to choose how deeply or how lightly you want to engage with those thoughts or those feelings. So you're the one who's in charge now, deciding how you want to engage with what you feel, and you deciding how you're going to relate to the thinking that's going on in your head. And always with the choice to come back to the breath and let it all go. So you're not changing the experience, you're not pushing it away, you're just deciding to step back a little bit and observe it. Acknowledge what's here. And give yourself the space to decide how you're going to relate, how you're going to hold this, how you're going to be with this. Or knowing that if you want to, you can just come back to the breath and give yourself a little break. After you've done this for a while, things might start to settle a little bit. There might be some sensations or thoughts or feelings that begin to clarify in your mind or your awareness. And after you've been sitting like this for 15 minutes, 20 minutes as we have, you could maybe just jot them down, write them in a journal, and then just leave them. Go away and do something else. If you're not feeling so good, maybe go make yourself a cup of tea or go for a walk or have a bath or just do something just to be kind to yourself. Even just go look out the window. And then after you've given this a bit of space, you can come back to your journal and read what you wrote down. And if you do this practice 2 or 3 times a day or 2 or 3 times a week, you might notice some patterns. Maybe things shift in their own way, or maybe you get more clarity in some of the things you really do need to pay attention to and how you might go about dealing with them. So that's a useful practice for times that life's just sitting a little bit off balance.